Yeah, and you mentioned that everything happened in 108 days. But I are listening, and we are listening all the time, that father of vaccine was President Trump, and warp speed was the one that he's bragging about. But we see now that maybe the whole story was not for bragging. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I struggle with that. I openly admit I didn't vote for President Donald Trump, but Operation Warp Speed to me is very troubling. But don't forget, he himself is not a scientist in vaccines, and he relied on a ton of information and a ton of knowledge from people, like Fauci, like Peter Marks, Janet Woodcock, Walensky. He relied on a lot of people to give him information. And I would argue that the information he was giving oftentimes was not true. And even when they thought sometimes the information was true and they found contradictory information, they didn't change their conclusion, or they didn't reevaluate their conclusions. So Operation Warp Speed to me, and I agree with you, is very troubling. It's very troubling. And President Trump, if you did see about 6 to 8 weeks ago, did put out a tweet on X, and he did talk about wanting to see from pharma, more data, including safety and efficacy data around the shots. So I was hopeful of that, but I was also then disappointed when he had the CEO of pharma in the White House of late. And, I think I saw Dr. Oz give the CEO of Pfizer a hug, which I just think is very troubling in the conflicts of interest that have continued to occur.
That's right. That was my next question. That was hopeful that maybe they will discuss about it, but after that he decided to give 17 billion to Pfizer, and also I saw there Secretary Kennedy, who was not, it seems, was not very happy about it, but he said there same thing like Trump, that he done amazing job. Okay, but I understand this is just politics. Let's continue to talk about science. The best ways to avoid politics is, because my guests usually say that when you mix policy and science, you get policy. That means there's not much science in it.